Hey YouTube, Polestar 4, this is YouTube. Hello everyone, this is the Polestar 4. I'm driving it today for the first time. Here we have a 100 kWh battery in this beautiful electric car. This is the all-wheel drive version. We have 400 kilowatt in here, that's 511 horsepower if I'm not mistaken. You can also have just rear-wheel drive with 200 kilowatt, which is also 272 horsepower. What's special about this car? There's a lot of technology. We're gonna drive it a bit, maybe hopefully in a highway or something. I only have the car for 3 hours now. I will do my best. And what's very special as an all-wheel drive, the front motor can be totally turned off, and I don't mean that it's not doing something as with other EVs. No, it's not even on the wheels. That means when this turns off completely, you have the same consumption if it just would be rear-wheel drive, and you do that very easy in the infotainment system when you put your driving into range and not into power. When you push it and when you step on the accelerator pedal, of course you get the full power, but if you coast, the front motor is not doing anything. And then when you push it, it comes in gradually because the motor has to be attached again. When you are in power all the time, so let's call it performance, then you always have the power and this motor is always connected to the wheels, so we have a bit more consumption.
This video is brought to you by a better route planner, the route planner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use a better route planner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use a Better Route Planner Premium for 30 days for free. Since the microphone then totally broke, I have to narrate this at home. The trunk is a good space, good length, also good height to put stuff in there. You have a nice second floor where you can put a lot of stuff in there. There's only a trunk closing button, there is no locking button for the whole car. The Frunk is not the biggest, but at least you have one and your charging cable fits in there, and this is the all-wheel drive version. Maybe in the rear-wheel drive there's more space. The door handles pop out, of course, automatically when you get close to the car, but you can lock and unlock the car on all 4 doors, which is amazing. The rear seats have a lot of space, they're really comfortable, I love to sit in there. The front seat is in my position, 180 centimeters, 6 feet, and I had enough legroom and I had enough headroom. It's really nice. The middle console is really cool, you have buttons there, so you can electrically adjust the back of your rear seats, which is awesome. You have a panoramic roof, which is really big, and what's also cool, you have air vents on the doors and in the middle, and you have a little screen here in the middle where you can adjust the temperature for the rear seats and also stop and play music and stuff like this. You have a few options, really cool, and a nice view to the front seats here. In the front you also have a lot of room, a lot of headroom. There was no problem for me. You can adjust the seat, of course, electrically in every way that you can think of. You have window openings, buttons for all 4 windows, not just for 2, and then you have to press something to do it for the rear. Really nice. The seats are really comfortable and they hold you in place, but it's not too warm and everything. The screen in front of you is amazing, a nice size, and it shows you a lot of information that you need. The stalks here for the indicator, the wipers, and the gear change is the same as in the Volvo EX30, and the buttons on your steering wheel, you can do of course your cruise control on the left and music and everything on the right. It's a nice screen, and now it's in landscape mode, not in portrait mode. And we also have a lot of space in the middle console. There are 2 USB-Cs, and underneath there's space as well. Since we don't have a window in the rear, you need a digital mirror with a camera, and this is zoomed in a bit and it takes a bit to get used to. You can adjust the brightness and you can move it up and down, but I don't know, for me it feels a bit too zoomed in.
First, let's go a bit through the infotainment system and how it's done. You have your Google Maps here, and then your 4 tiles, or whatever you want to call it, that you can change. But the cool thing is, you can change even the size. So Google Maps can be bigger. Or, oh, I love that. What, can you go down too? No, that's just your favorites. And then, oh, it can be, ooh, just like this. That's awesome. And then you have 4 little things. One is your favorites. So here you have your speed limit warning from the EU. You have your lane assist that you can turn off, like here. That's done. 1 pedal drive, your parking sensors, trunk opening and adjusting of the steering wheel and the seat. Or the mirrors and the head-up display. You get to that settings, and you do this all with the right part of your steering wheel, like in the Volvo EX30. It's really exactly the same thing. Overall, these are all of your apps. You have Spotify and everything. I want to listen to the sound as well. What the sound, this infotainment system sounds like. You have your 360-degree camera and 3D view, and then you can select a different camera that if what you want to see, for example, and your Bluetooth, of course, and what phone is, and you have your ambient light, which is done with a planet of the solar system. So more red is Mars, blue is Earth, Venus must be a bit orange, and Mercury is a bit gray. What else do we have? Jupiter, Saturn, not Uranus, it's Uranus. Neptune and the Sun. Woohoo! And a bit of data in there. Since I love astronomy, it's awesome. And here you can adjust your favorite. Can be different. You can have your glove box because it's a button. You have to get in there. You can adjust what should be in your favorites, which is also cool. So I find that as a nice thing. Driving, you can turn on creep or off, and you have a little, no, it's the same setting. I don't know why there is a setting. Then your drive mode can be in range or performance. Like I said before, 1 pedal driving can be off, low, or standard. The steering, I'm going to talk a bit but when driving. The steering is pretty heavy, and I put it on light, and then it's okay. On standard, it's too heavy for me. It's really heavy steering. Then your dampers, your suspension can be standard, agile, or hard, firm. And your ESC can be sport. So I'm guessing you get a bit of spinning wheels. Acceleration feels good, of course, with 400 kilowatt. It's awesome. And then you have your seat heater and your steering wheel heater. When you get different fabric for your seat, you can also have seat ventilation. With this fabric, you cannot have that. Climate looks like this. You have your auto, manual, and then you can say where the air goes for the driver and a passenger different, which is awesome. Your airflow goes from 1 to 9. That's nice to adjust it in that way. But of course, you can have it in auto, and then you have 5 steps how the airflow is. I like that. That's awesome. And then you have a few things you can turn on. AC, of course, and then defrost the mirrors and stuff like this. Parking, you have animal mode now. When you turn that on, AC will keep the temperature that it is, and there will be a warning in the screen, like in Tesla. Hey, there's an animal in the car. It's all fine. You can have a climate timer where, how do I do this? Where I can say for the next 6 hours, at 6 a.m., sorry, when it should do that, and keep climate. Just press this button and then it keeps climate, and you can have a timer from 30 minutes to 8 hours. It's the same as in Volvo EX30. It has the exact same thing. Air quality and a few other settings, automatic steering wheel heater, and timer for the seat heating and the seat ventilation. If you want that after 5 minutes you should turn off because you always forget or something. This is something you want. I find that cool that this is all in here. You have your assist systems here where you have pilot assist where it steers itself, but you can turn that. You can turn on and off if it gets the speed from the speed signs. What else do we have? Road sign recognition, blind spot warning, lane keep, driver alert, charging. Of course, your charge limit in 10% increments from 50 to 100%. Audio, a few settings. Outside light when you go into when you turn, and then a welcome light and goodbye light. And we have, here was the ambient light, but you have other settings. There's a lot of settings and a lot of things. I'm not gonna go through everything. And then Bluetooth profile, you can have profiles where then your seat position, your steering wheel position and your mirror position is with the key. And if you take a different profile, this is then also adjusted the way that you want it. That's so cool. It looks really nice. On the steering wheel on the left we have our cruise control, and we have a button in the middle. When you press that while driving, you get another shortcut, which are a one pedal drive. What was else in there? Not lane keep, but speed warning you can turn on and off here as well. And then of course cruise control on, off and resume. And here we have voice control, and then you can get into other settings like your driving data. And this is something that's interesting, driving data. And we have driving data for a manual that you can reset, and then one that's done automatically, and that's it. So as it was before, I would like to have 3 trips, but we only get 2 trips in here. But let's drive, come on. Like I said, what I noticed right away is the steering is really heavy. Even now in light. I have the steering in light. And in heavy, it's, oh my god, it's a bit of a difference. It's not gigantic difference, by the way, but it's very heavy steering. The regen is amazing. It comes in gradually and then gets very strong. So it's not sporty, so a bit off and you get slowed down extremely. I like that. Nicely done. It's a nice brightness, nice size for the screen, the same for the cockpit. And I can switch the view. I can have Google Maps in here in 3D view, or my car, so assist systems, and then I can have the trip data in here if I want to, and I can reset it. I see that even if the speed limit warning is turned off, I still in the head-up display and in the cockpit the speed is blinking. The suspension is a bit on the sporty side, and the car feels heavy. It's not a light, it doesn't feel like it's a light agile car. It feels like a heavy cruiser. And the steering is heavy, the suspension is sporty and heavy. When you drive over something, you feel the weight. It's not hiding the weight at all. I did some accelerations in this car, and it's great. It feels awesome. It's a lot of power, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. It doesn't feel like 540 horsepower, which is interesting. And when you have range mode on, like now, and you push, it takes a bit, so I'm guessing it's accelerating with the rear motor, and then the front motor is being connected, and then both. And if you go to performance and then floor it, it's there right away. Yeah, and it's awesome. I'm gonna try accelerate the car. So it's always in range mode, and you have to put it in performance if you want to use that. And go. Oh, spinning wheels! Woohoo! So we're at 3.73 seconds. Polestar says it's 3.6 seconds, so I'm very happy with that. I got a good number, and I had spinning wheels while going. The mirror is sometimes weird when you drive into a corner. You see something and then it moves fast for whatever reason. Let's try the cruise control, huh? So, turn it on with the button here. No, it doesn't do it. Now it's on. That took a minute. And then with the top button, it goes 5 kilometers an hour steps more. When I hold it, it's 1 kilometer an hour. As again, Volvo X30. And left is the distance, 1 to 3. Can I turn self-steering off alone? That would be nice. What I noticed, when you turn it off, it does this. Every time. When you brake, when you turn it off manually, it beeps like that. And a bit of a delay. Right now I have no idea how to turn off self-steering. If I just want cruise control without self-steering, I can't find it. But now highway, let's test the noise level at 130 and then try to drive a bit faster. 130. I hear wind noise from up here. It's not amazingly quiet. I hear a lot of wind noise. Is the window not closed properly? It's coming from here. Here, here, or here. Somewhere there's noise. 150. It's wind. The wind noise is really loud. And it's in this area. Oh man. Oh man. Top speed is 200 and it feels amazing. Very loud in here at 200, but it feels good. Very stable, good steering, and it gets to that speed in no time. Yeah, the road is horrible. Oh, so stable at 200. It feels amazing. You feel the wind a bit from the side when you drive by a car. Regen is not extremely strong at that speed, but nice. Amazing steering for driving fast. If it just would be a tiny bit lighter on normal drive, and then on the highway when you go faster it gets a bit stiffer like now. Oh, but very, very stable. And I love when a car is like that. I was in range mode. It always sets it back and I forgot. I wanted performance. Well, I don't have to go off somewhere. Okay, tested the sound system. It's okay. It's not amazing. I'm sorry. I don't know, the woomph in the bottom is a bit missing. It's a bit high, crisp. Since I have not that much time, of course I cannot get to know the car very well. It's just, I have a few hours and I have to film in between, do this and have to concentrate on that. But that's why I'm here. If I wouldn't film, I wouldn't be here. Not from my side and not from Polestar's side. So it's not a lot of time to get to know everything and to learn everything. Maybe I can switch the cruise control, the self-steering off somewhere. I don't know. But I want to sum up some things that I like and some things that are not amazing. Because that's what we do. Number one, I like the climate. Overall, I feel very comfortable in here. I would take the fabric seats where I could have seat ventilation. The seats are a bit warm. Panoramic roof, I don't need that. I'm not a fan of the delay of the cruise control. So when you switch cruise control on and then you switch to the speed, when I switch it on, now it's on. Now it does something. It takes 3-4 seconds till it does something. Not a fan. That's the off too, by the way. And then the sound, my god. And then the self-steering that I cannot find to turn off. It should be easy. Weird, and it's not in the infotainment system. It's not here. I don't know what it is. Then the rear view mirror as digital. I think I could live with it, but it's not amazing when driving backwards in reverse. It's not amazing. Power feels good. Suspension is a bit on the sporty side, but I'm gonna put it into soft now. Driving standard, not even soft. No, and that the buttons sometimes don't do anything. It takes a bit. Also not nice. I love the layout, I love the screen, I love Android Automotive, I love this solar system theme for the ambient light. That is very nice. Acceleration in, performance feels awesome. I hate that it always turns it back and doesn't keep it in the way that I had it. That would be nice. It is amazingly stable at high speeds, and like I said before, I'm a total sucker for that. For me, that's a big sign of someone knew what they were doing, or they were just paying attention to that and some others aren't.
Overall, it's a lot of space. The trunk is nice. I have all the space I need. It drives nice. I would like the steering a tiny bit easier, softer. And the suspension also a bit softer. But this car is more on the sporty side, and I get it. I get it. I love the technology behind it also. But overall, I think it's a good EV. They've done something special, and I like that too, that it is something special. It's not the normal, ordinary thing. It's not SUV and that's it. It's still a coupe, almost limousine sedan, and you have the space, and it's something special. I enjoy that. Something special is nice. And power. Exciting! That's nice. No, I'm looking forward to driving this car a bit more, not just 3 hours like today, for 2 weeks, and get to know it way better, get to play around with more settings, see how it is in a daily drive when you go to shopping and when you drive longer on a highway. So right now, when it's a bit bumpy and I'm in the soft suspension, it's a bit too sporty for my taste. If I would think that for a long distance trip, they could get too sporty. And the seats are too warm. I need seat ventilation in these seats with what is the outside temperature. Where is that? Here, 29 degrees. It's a beautiful car. I like the interior design and the materials and the look of it. It's nice and bright. It's not dark like every other car. I like it bright in here. I want to see something. I want spirit up, not everything's dark and everything's bad. No, this is nice. And the color is nice, this blue. Oh.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, like events from today, I'm making videos about that, check out my third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, have a great day and take care. Bye!